The highlight for a lot of Nintendo fans this E3 was probably Smash, maybe even Fire Emblem, but the thing that really gets me going is a new experimental IP. And I think the most experimental thing that came out of all of E3 was, well, here. Daemon X Machina kind of caught me by surprise. Wasn't really expecting the Direct to open up with a new mecha game, especially one with a seemingly decent budget. At first, I wasn't sure how to feel about it. It is new after all, but nothing gets my attention faster than a trailer that ends with a bunch of names written in all caps, because that tells me someone higher up thinks this group of developers are noteworthy enough to get a shout out. So, if you're as clueless as I was when it comes to who most of these people are, here's a quick rundown. Kenichiro Tsukuda and Shoji Kawamori are former producer and mechanical designer for a few titles in the Armored Core series, developed by From Software, a series I had never even seen footage of until recently, as these games were pretty niche, I think. Despite that, there seems to be a small yet dedicated fanbase surrounding the customizable mech genre, which is news to me because I didn't even think that was a thing. From what I've heard, the design work is so similar that it's practically a spiritual successor to Armored Core, so this trailer was probably a treat for a lot of those guys. If you know any name on the list, it's probably this one. He's best known for his work on Fire Emblem Awakening and Fire Emblem Fates, as well as No More Heroes. Junichi Nakatsuru and Ryo Hamamoto are both composers from Bandai Namco who've previously worked on the Soul Calibur and Tekken series, but honestly I wasn't too worried about their previous work as soon as I heard. And finally, I can barely find any info on both Ken Awate and Ken Karube, besides the fact that Karube worked on enemy designs for Panzer Dragoon Orta, a 2002 Xbox game that looks visually stunning for the time, so I'm sure he picked up some valuable experience there. These are the two wildcard names of the bunch, but if either of these two guys are art directors, they're doing a damn good job. So now that we got that out of the way, let's talk setting. A website went up shortly after the Direct detailing a bit about the world, so I thought I'd summarize that for you guys. So basically, the moon got sick of our shit and tore itself apart.
You are tearing me apart, Lisa!
Resulting in the biggest disaster in history as half the debris came plummeting down to Earth. Bad news, a lot of people died. Good news, turned out the moon contained a really rare and valuable material called femto that came showering down with all that debris. Not only did femto awaken hidden abilities within humankind, it also turned out to be a stupidly good source of power and fuel, which then immediately started a new age of World War as everyone started fighting over it. So I guess still kind of bad news. To protect the rest of the population, huge zones called ovals were created where open combat was authorized by all parties so the destruction could be limited to contained areas. Most of the fighting is done by outers, human pilots that have been enhanced by the exposure to femto. These select individuals can fully pilot arsenals, mechs that run on femto. The game puts us in the shoes of an arsenal pilot who continues to fight like a badass on behalf of the sketchy people who happen to be in power. Also, there's a bunch of AI robots that are out of control. And that's it. Most of the time when I make a video, there's usually some sort of core idea or theme I'm trying to explain. This time around, I just wanted to talk about the game. I really love it when studios take these kinds of risks, and I would hate to see them get too overshadowed. There's already gonna be a billion Smash Bros videos, but who's gonna make the Daemon X Machina video? Hug a man will, because that shit looks cool. So yeah, not much else to say besides mentioning how awesome the trailer itself was. The action was crazy, the music was incredible for setting the tone, and I especially liked how at the end it just abruptly cut to sci